Welcome back. Remember the May 28th hailstorm in Amarillo? Odds are you or someone you know was affected by it. But now comes a report that the effect was even bigger than we thought. Jay Ricci has that important information now in a Consumer Confidential. Jay?
Lisa, I came across these numbers when I set out to do a story about code violations in Amarillo, and looking back, you might say it was inevitable. Before the storm, the Amarillo area had roughly 70 registered roofing contractors. Right now, we have more than 200. And when the city's Department of Building Safety went out to check their work, they were in for a big surprise.
Absolutely. I was shocked.
And Amarillo building official Scott McDonald wasn't alone. These are pictures of problems his inspectors found. McDonald gave me some other shocking numbers. He says for all of the last fiscal year, the city issued 760 permits, but in the last 2 months, it issued more than 12,000, and thousands of those jobs revealed a dangerous problem.
We've issued, like I say, over 12,000 roofing permits. Of the inspections that we've performed to date, we're finding about 1/3 of the homes have a problem with their CO.
CO, carbon monoxide. City inspectors are discovering vents that aren't put back together properly.
The fuel-fired appliances, our water heaters and furnaces, the venting is becoming disconnected between the appliance and getting to the out of doors, which ultimately will emit carbon monoxide.
And that's something you definitely want to detect.
Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. It is odorless and it's colorless and typically makes people sick, nauseous. People want to go to sleep and they may never wake up again.
In addition to that, McDonald says, without proper ventilation, your attic gets hot, and that will shorten the life of your heating and cooling system.
It creates an environment where the air conditioning, where it's trying to cool the home, is already superheated prior to that air being able to cool the home. So it really costs the homeowner more money when they don't have adequate ventilation.
McDonald says in some cases the contractor has to come back to fix that, but in others his own people will.
We have actually, licensed plumbing mechanical inspectors on staff, and they can legally make that connection. They'll do that.
And if it requires fastening, the inspection ticket will note that. McDonald's bottom line advice: spend the $20 for a CO detector and make sure it's installed in the right place.
They just have to be a single station, meaning it operates off of a 9-volt battery, mounted high on the wall to where a child's not going to affect it, and that it's in the vicinity of the bedrooms.
McDonald says even though a roofing permit runs just $50, a lot of people have the wrong notion of the rationale behind it.
It's important to note that we issue a roofing permit to provide protection to our citizens. And many people, are under the impression that it's just a generation of money and revenue. And it couldn't be farther from the truth.
But when it comes to that CO problem, he used to be middle of the road about alarms. Since these inspections, he's changed his tune.
I am 100% supporter of carbon monoxide alarms. For $20, it is the simplest, greatest protection that we can offer our families. You just don't know.
McDonald says before all this, he understood people's anxiety about government forcing things on people, but in this case, he doesn't give it a second thought. Carbon monoxide alarms were introduced into Amarillo's building codes 4 years ago.